If you're watching this, you have most likely made an account and you probably have a ton of questions. Well, first of all, welcome to TBC5MAN. This video will be a short breakdown of all the important things you need to know prior to entering the world. Let's get right into it. When you log in, you will notice that the starting area is the blasted lands and you'll be in a set of custom gear called prisoner gear. You may be wondering why you're a prisoner and what your backstory is. Well, the backstory is partly for you to decide, but the premise is you have committed some heinous crime in Azeroth and as a result you have been given the choice: die or assist your faction in the ongoing Legion war in Outland. You have chosen to go forge a new destiny for yourself in the broken hellhole that is Outlands. Upon entering the Dark Portal, you'll notice two faction camps, each one equipped with a faction-specific class trainer that will give you the rest of your gear for whatever spec you desire. Normal flying, and there will also be a mount vendor, weapon trainers and also a trades good vendor. Basically, everything you'll need. Important things to note as a new player. In the lower city of Shattered there is a daily quest giver that provides daily, heroic quests for all the dungeons. They aren't on rotation, you can do whatever dungeon quest you want on the day, and most importantly they reward a lot of gold, badges of justice and also token of achievement. What's token of achievement, you may ask? These are tokens that drop from any boss that drops badge of justice. They can be used to buy vanity items from a vendor in the middle of Shattered. You'll also notice a vendor to its right that sells all the dungeon world drop recipes for badge of justice. No more waiting for a 0.01% drop rate to appear on the auction house. When it comes to PvP, there is a little area next to the Shattered auction house. The notice dummy has daily quests for each battleground. Get 3 tokens, receive honor, gold, badge of justice, you name it. Also, considering battlegrounds are cross-faction, you are going to want to get the cross-faction mounts. These can be picked up from the crate located by the PvP quest giver. Another thing is you can remote sign for battlegrounds by using the Battlemaster items from one of the PvP vendors. You can also get to epic Pvp Trinket from one of the vendors too. The Horde version is now a universal trinket used by both factions. The Alliance version is just resilience boost if desired. You won't need to fix them back and forth depending on the faction you are placed on in the battlegrounds. One last thing to note: every minute inside the battleground you will receive a PvP token. This can be used to buy additional goodies like Season 1 gear, gems, etc. Lastly, the honor gear does not require marks. It only requires the honor. Concerning professions start at 300 once you learn them. No vanilla grind is required. Transmute cooldowns are shorter. Trainers are in the normal Blizz-like positions. You will most the majority of them in either Thrallmer or Honor Hold in Hellfire Peninsula. Any vanilla profession specializations can be learned from books sold from the starting profession trainer. Additionally, one big thing to take notice of is enchanting works a little differently here. The TBC Enchants now creates an item, similar to the Wrath of the Lich King scrolls, which can apply said enchant to an item rather than a Blizzard-like system where only the enchanter can apply the enchant via a trade window directly onto the item. These items can also be sold on the auction house. The benefit is there is no more hunting down enchanters every time you get a new piece of gear that needs an enchant. This system only works for enchants that have the supported item, basically the items that were available in the retail arena tournament realms. I will include a link to the vendor that lists all the eligible enchants in the video description. When it comes to your general starting plan, the best route is to go into normal dungeons, farm rep to get the gear from the faction vendors, or craft items. Then once you get a majority set of blues, you will be ready to jump into the raiding scene, starting with Karazhan, Magtheridon and Gruul's Lair. I would avoid the heroics as they are more suited for people in Karazhan epics. The difficulty of heroics in TBC is not the same as the later expansions, which made them far easier and more accessible to people in blue gear. Isles of Kuldas is open, so if you fancy doing daily quests to get some gold, hop through the portal in Shattered, which will take you to the island. The quests are scattered around the main area you spawn in. Furthermore, concerning portals, there are portals for all the major locations that aren't in Outland. Need a portal to Zolaman, Karazhan, caverns of time? Not a problem, just go to the designated portal in the middle of Shatterat. If you are a melee DPS, make sure to pick up the Windfairy scroll from the small vendor roaming around Shatterat. This acts as a weaker version of a shaman's Windfairy that can be applied directly to your character. This is to address the requirement of having Windfairy to do efficient DPS output, and considering the raids aren't 25-man on TBC5MAN. We have given you a direct source so you will always have the buff for raiding, regardless of the raid comp. The spell scroll is zone restricted and only active in raids. If you need to find groups, make sure to use the looking for group channel. By default you will be in this channel. Look out for the many normal dungeon runs that occur throughout the day. Also make sure to be nice and respectful. It will benefit you in the long run, I can assure you on that. With this information you are well on your way to defeating the major Legion threats that are awaiting your arrival. Enjoyed the journey, have fun, and don't forget to vote using the vote system to get extra goodies sent directly to your characters in-game. The vote system can be found on the main website. See you in-game.